311. Let's try number 3, I think it's 311, Let It Be a Dance. As I always say in that verse where it says, hear the laughter, bear the pain, you change B-E-A-R to B-A-R-E. It's bear the pain. It's right there in the, oh good. Hopefully you have the composer's approval to cross it out and write in the correct spelling.
Dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let a dancing song be heard. Play the music, say the words, and fill the sky with sailing birds. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow with the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong then nothing's right. Sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance.
So for this last piece, I wanted to actually introduce a song we're going to be doing as the closing hymn. It's called More Than Ever. There's a box on the second page of your order of service that has the lyrics to it. And it's kind of what's called a zipper song, where there's each verse, there's just a couple of words that change. And it was written by Leah Morris. She began writing it on November 8th, 2024. And then she asked her friends to all contribute lyrics to it. So you see, that's why there's lyrics by like 30 people there. So the verse is, now is the moment for shining on. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for shining on. The world needs our light more than ever. And then each verse is patterned after that, and just the words in bold are the ones that get changed. So the second verse, now is the moment for singing out loud. It's all right to cry, keep your eyes on the prize. Now is the moment for singing out loud. The world needs our songs more than ever. And it goes on like that. So the community church singers are going to help with it, and I'd like to do like maybe half the song now to introduce you to it so that you can sing robustly during the service. So this is More Than Ever. You can join me.
It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is a moment for shining on. The world needs our light more than ever. Now is a moment for singing out loud. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is a moment for singing out loud. The world needs our songs more than ever. Now is a moment to let fear go. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize. Now is a moment to let fear go. The world needs our courage more than ever. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine. They need us to shine. The world needs us to shine.
Okay, thank you.
No, we're not going to go. We're not going to do the rest.
We'll leave you in anticipation for the rest of the song.
Good morning. Welcome to the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist. I'm Alexa Adamo Valverde, a member of the worship ministry. We extend a warm welcome to all, and especially visitors and newcomers. We're so glad that you're here. I'd like to bring your attention to a special spot for you in the back of the order of service. Welcome guests and newcomers. We also welcome those of you attending online. Lyrics to hymns and all elements of service may be found at the bottom of the screen. A complete order of service along with this week's announcements is available through the link in the Sunday morning email and on the church website. And if you could, please turn off or silence any cell phones during our service to maintain a worshipful experience. Whoever you are, whomever you love, and however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. And now, a round of applause for Within These Walls, welcoming our Side with Love ministry.
Good morning. We are members of some of the members of the Side with Love ministry team. I'm Janet Stevens. This is Melva Oken and Ruth Gibson. And we love the sound of your clapping hands because our next concert for Cause will be for the benefit of Clapping Hands Farm Camp, a vibrant local arts and nature camp in Pittsburgh, which was unfortunately severely damaged by recent flooding of Chantal.
We're so excited. Emma's Revolution is coming back to this church on October 4th to sing for us and our friends at Clapping Hands Farm. Emma's Revolution is the dynamic duo of Pat Humphreys and Sandy O, and I know many of you have heard them sing before, so you really don't want to miss this. As they said, Pat says, we sing songs wrapped in the taste of freedom. Sandy adds, especially in these times, we are inspired by the activists and communities we work with, and that's us. Singing is part of what keeps us grounded and connected to one another. So again, October 4th.
Tickets are $25 in advance, and for an additional charge, there will be a simple supper before the concert at 5:30. This will be catered by Maria, our current church-sponsored guest, seeking asylum here with her 6 children. They will be losing their SNAP benefits this coming year, and so this is an opportunity to help that family too. So come and enjoy an evening of delicious food, music inspiring and full of humor, heart, and hope. And for more information and to purchase tickets, visit the Side with Love table at social hour. Look for that yellow tablecloth, or you can check your weekly announcements for a link. And now please join us in singing one of Emma's Revolution's special songs. We're going to keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never looking back. Never looking back.
Please rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn, number 1017 in the blue hymnal, Building a New Way. Our call to worship is an excerpt from John O'Donohue's For Longing, from his book, To Bless the Space Between Us. Blessed be the longing that brought us here and quickens our souls with wonder. May we have the courage to listen to the voice of desire that disturbs us when we have settled for something safe. May we have the wisdom to enter generously into our own unease, to discover the new direction our longing wants us to take. May we come to accept our longing as divine urgency, and may we know the urgency with which God longs for us. Come, let us worship together. The words for our chalice lighting are in your order of service. Please join me in reading them if you wish to do so. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers, to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of freedom.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake, counting instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, hope for more or think of more. The giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance. For I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance, whatever stone life may sling. We can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Thank you, Don. Each week, we hold in our service a time for sharing the joys and the sorrows that we bring with us into this place. It's during this time, if you've come with either a significant personal joy or a significant sorrow, you're invited to come forward by coming down one of the side aisles, place a stone in the water, say your name and briefly, in a sentence or two, share your joy or your sorrow. Let us enter into this time of tenderness and trust.
My name is Bill Rote, and Mary Beth and I have some friends, Ron and BJ Sanders, who live in Garner, and their son and daughter-in-law had gone through several rounds of IVF to be able to finally have a baby. And this week they lost their 18-month-old grandchild.
Good morning. My name is Atticus Graysmith. I have two joys. The first is that 2 weeks ago, roughly, I was here, but not in a church capacity. I was here for my first union meeting as a member of the UNC Workers Union, and I'm just very grateful to this community for making that space available for us. And then my second joy is I was very pleasantly surprised to share the plate this morning for Clapping Hands Farm, and I would really encourage you all to go to that concert if you can. I grew up in that community. It is, in my opinion, maybe the most UU, non-UU space to ever have been. I know many families in this church have had kids in that community, and it's just a really beautiful and special, important place to me. So if you could support them, it would be wonderful.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mandy, and I have a joy today to share, which is that my sister is visiting from Winston-Salem, and she visits with us a good bit. We're really lucky for that, but she came to the picnic last night, and she's here at church with us today for the first time, and so I'm just really, really glad that she's here.
Good morning. I'm Christopher Sant.
Stacy Brower.
My wonderful partner and I, we have a long overdue joy this morning. So I don't know if many of you guys have seen, we have 5 young kids that we drag around with us all the time. So we, one of them is with special needs. So it's got a lot going on, and it's finally, after years and years, literally years of lobbying, my parents, who are residents of Pennsylvania, have finally moved down here, moved into a place in Mebane about 10 minutes away from us. So after 11 years of having children, finally having grandparental support is very important to us, and it's special. And hopefully from here forward, we'll show up just 5 minutes late to service instead of 10 minutes.
Hi, I'm Marnie Goldschlag, and I have a joy. Take one out, put one in. My joy is that the house that Trey and I moved out of 6 weeks ago and that went on the market a month ago is now under contract. Keep your fingers crossed, folks.
Hi, I'm Melva Fager-Oken, and I have a great concern. Hundreds of us in this community were greatly looking forward to hearing AOC speak this afternoon at the Carolina Inn, and last night I got an email saying she had to cancel because the death threats against her have increased so dramatically that they felt that there's no way they could secure her safety. So please have your prayers out for all the people who have spoken so strongly against what's happening in this country, because they're all potential targets right now.
My name is Elspeth van Tongeren, but this is about my daughter, who is happily retired and does nothing but travel to all kinds of enormously far countries. So she went on safari, and all was well. And it was about 17 days that she was going to be gone. And after 10 days, all of a sudden, I saw a message from my daughter. And I thought, from Africa? So I picked up the phone and she said, no, I'm in Atlanta. I said, why? She said, well, I got the bacteria that everybody seems to get, and I couldn't even try to pronounce it. So it wasn't a lion and it wasn't a hippo, it was just a stupid bacteria. I'm grateful. She's probably not.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stockton, and I've been up here sharing a lot of sorrows, and now I have a joy that my daughter and I adopted a little puppy from a rescue, and he's just bringing so much happiness to our lives, so I thought I would share some joy with you all this morning for us. Thank you.
A final stone is placed for all the joys and the sorrows that were shared today, and for all the joys and sorrows that we hold in our hearts that were unspoken. I'll invite Alexa to lead us in a time of meditation together.
Prayer, a meditation. Meditation, a prayer. If it feels right to you, please close your eyes. Feel your body resting here. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, exhale. Nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just be. If any part of you feels unsettled, bring your breath to this place. Prayer is a returning to love, and love is the will to nurture one's own or another's spiritual growth, said bell hooks. Prayer doesn't need to be elaborate. It can be a simple whisper. May I remember who I am. May I remember love. So let's begin here with remembering. Notice what your body longs for right now. What will settle your nervous system into safety, rest, connection? Whatever arises, let it be the beginning of your prayer. Yes, this. Prayer is an openness to God's presence in all things, said Ed Bacon. Prayer is not begging or demanding, it is aligning, said Michael Beckwith. Aligning with the deepest truth already alive in us. So ask yourself quietly, what truth do I long to align with right now? Allow that truth to take shape as a word or an image or a phrase. Don't force it. Just let it arrive like a gift. Let this truth become a sacred prayer, a blessing. John O'Donohue said, a blessing is a circle of light drawn around a person to protect, heal, and strengthen them. So draw that circle of light around yourself now. Whisper inwardly, may I be blessed with, fill in the blank. May I remember, insert your truth. Let this blessing expand outward. Imagine it flowing into the room, connecting with the blessings of each of us. Imagine them swirling together in this sanctuary. Imagine them flowing into the lives of those we love in and beyond these walls and into the wider world. Imagine the world taking a collective breath with us, receiving our blessings without even knowing what we have done together. Breathe. One more slow breath. In. Out. Carry with you this blessing you created. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. And please stand in body or in spirit and join us in singing number 126 in the gray hymnal, Come, Thou Fount of Every Blessing.
Come, thou fount of every blessing, turn our hearts to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy, never ceasing, offer songs of loudest praise. Of the hope of life's perfection, fills our hearts with joy and love. Teach us ever to be faithful, may we still thy goodness prove. Come, thou fount of every vision, lift our eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of love fall silent, feel our love glow like the sun. When we all serve one another, and our heaven is begun. Come, thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us find ourselves in union, help our hands to love our love. Let thy name, O fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above.
Our reading this morning is a passage from Marilyn Robinson's novel, Gilead. The novel takes the form of letters from Reverend John Ames, a fictional congregational minister, to his son, so that his son might learn from him and know him better after his passing. In this passage, Reverend Ames reflects on a salient moment from his childhood. Now, this might seem a trivial thing to mention, considering the gravity of the subject, but I truly don't feel it is. We were very pious children, from pious households, in a fairly pious town, and this affected our behavior considerably. Once, we baptized a litter of cats. It occurred to one of the girls to swaddle them in a doll's dress. There was only one dress, which was just as well, since the cats could hardly tolerate a moment in it and would have to have been unswaddled as soon as they were christened in any case. I myself moistened their brows, repeating the full Trinitarian formula. Their grim old crooked-tailed mother found us baptizing away by the creek and began carrying her babies off by the napes of their necks. We lost track of which was which, but we were fairly sure that some of the creatures had been borne away still in the darkness of paganism, and that worried us a great deal. So finally, I asked my father, in the most offhand way imaginable, what exactly would happen to a cat if one were to say, baptize it? He replied that the sacraments must always be treated and regarded with the greatest respect. That wasn't really an answer to my question. We did respect the sacraments, but we thought the world of those cats. I got his meaning, though, and I did no more baptizing until I was ordained. I still remember how those warm little brows felt under the palm of my hand. Everyone has petted a cat, but to touch one like that, with the pure intention of blessing it, is a very different thing. It stays the mind. For years, we would wonder what, from a cosmic viewpoint, we had done to them. It still seems to me a real question. There is a reality in blessing. It doesn't enhance sacredness, but it acknowledges it, and there is a power in that. I have felt it pass through me, so to speak. The sensation is one of really knowing a creature. I mean, really feeling its mysterious life and your own mysterious life at the same time. I don't wish to urge the ministry on you, but there are some advantages to it you might not take account of if I did not point them out. Now, you don't have to be a minister to confer a blessing. You are simply much more likely to find yourself in that position. It's a thing people expect of you. I don't know why there is so little about this aspect of the calling in the literature.
And now it is time for our offertory. Freely have we received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and its wide concerns a portion of this bounty. If you wish to donate online, please point your camera to the QR code on the back of the order of service and tap the banner that appears. Or there is information on the church's website. We will now receive the morning offering.
Blessed be the living King. Blessed
I remember the first time I was expected to give a blessing. I was 23. I was working as a hospital chaplain. It was the middle of the night, and I was the only chaplain on call at a 900-bed hospital in Dallas, Texas. The pager buzzed, my pager buzzed. A patient was dying. The family had requested last rites. Thankfully, in the Catholic tradition, there's a loophole. This is real. That if a priest is not available, anyone can perform the ritual of last rites. Anyone. They don't even have to be Catholic, which is a good thing because I wasn't. I swung by the chaplain's office and picked up the last rites kit. Yes, there is actually such a thing, which consisted of a script of the exact words I was to say, as well as a vial of holy water. Outside of the patient's room, I met the Spanish translator. Together, we entered the room. The dying patient was at that point unconscious, occupying that liminal space between life and death. And the family, the large family, filled the room, grief-stricken, tense, and distressed. During the visit, I read from the script, uttering words I didn't at all believe. And as the translator relayed the prayers in Spanish, the family, I noticed, softened, breathing into this hard moment, finding comfort in familiar words and their familiar tradition. I opened up that small vial of holy water and anointed the dying patient. What had I done? The idea for this sermon actually came from something a friend of mine wrote recently. My friend wrote of taking his child to a blessing of the backpacks church service. We don't have that tradition in our church, but it's done in several Unitarian Universalist churches, as well as in many, many Christian churches of various denominations, where there is a tradition of holding a service at the beginning of the year called the Blessing of the Backpack Service. And children who are about to head back to school come to church that morning with their school backpacks and receive a blessing for the year ahead. My friend wrote that his child had asked him on the way home after the service, "Dad, what is a blessing?" And the child didn't mean, what were the words that were spoken? The child was really asking, what really happened there? And my friend reported being unable to adequately answer their child's question. What is a blessing? Or more exactly, what does a blessing do? On one hand, on one level, if I am being completely honest with myself and completely honest with all of you, I'm forced to admit that a blessing actually doesn't do that much, really. I mean, if I had botched the prayers or got the words out of order or misapplied the holy water, which come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I did, I don't believe it would have changed anything in the cosmic sense. A blessed backpack is really not that different, is really no different than an unblessed backpack. Like if the Methodist church across town holds a blessing of the backpack service and our church does not, it does not mean that the Methodist children go back to school with an advantage over our kids, right? Our poor children with their unblessed backpacks, right? And yet, blessing is so very much a part of what is done at church. When we dedicate children, we offer them a blessing. In religious education, as part of the coming of age program, parents are asked to give a blessing to their children. Blessings are spoken at weddings. And there are all other types of blessings that happen as well. Very early in my ministry, a parishioner in my church asked me to perform a house blessing. From time to time in our church, we do a blessing of the animals. And in many UU churches, we should adopt this tradition. Somebody remind me to do this. During Pride Month, they do a glitter blessing, which is actually like an imposition of holy water with glitter. We bless in all sorts of ways. In fact, a little before my time, there was an annual contest among Unitarian Universalist ministers to determine who had performed the oddest blessing in the previous year. The person telling me about this contest relayed a story of a minister in a very small town in Maine who had been asked and had agreed to offer a blessing for the ribbon cutting ceremony for the town's first McDonald's. There is no limit to what we can bless. The first thing I want to notice about blessings is that they seem to happen and they seem to be offered at times of transition. A child is born, they come of age, they marry, another school year begins, a family moves into a new home, a person draws close to their final breath. A blessing, it seems to me, begins with noticing, with recognizing, with saying, I acknowledge you. I see you. And a blessing involves a deeper form of attention and connection. Marilyn Robinson writes, everyone has petted a cat, but to touch one like that with the pure intention of blessing it is a very different thing. The sensation is of really knowing a creature. I mean, really feeling its mysterious life and your own mysterious life at the same time. Poet Mary Oliver writes, I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention. And that's how a blessing begins, with noticing, with recognizing, acknowledging, seeing. I've shared this example before, but at the gym that I go to, the coaches pay a lot of attention to the members of the gym, and sometimes the coach will say something like, I see you. It's not like I see you lifting that weight, but rather I see where you were when you started. I see the work and the effort that you've put in, and I see what you can do now. And when a coach says that to me, I see you, or something like that, when a coach says that to me, which is rare, it feels like a blessing, like an acknowledgement, like a deep acknowledgement. The greater part of blessing is attention. The lesser part is intention. A blessing, it seems to me, is not really as much about casting a magic spell for a positive future, as much as it is acknowledging the sacred depths of the present. If you give a blessing over a meal, you're not saying, I hope the food will taste good, but rather is about giving attention, full attention, deep attention to that moment, that food, that company, our gratitude. There's a part of the reading that Kaylee gave that I want to lift up. My favorite line in that reading is not that you have to be a minister to confer blessing. You're simply much more likely to find yourself in that position. In our tradition, there's a truth to that. In our tradition, we have a practice that is known as shared ministry. Our tradition in this way stretches all the way back to the beginnings of the Protestant Reformation, the idea of the prophethood and priesthood of all believers. Shared ministry is what we do in our congregation together. Here, the ministry of caring is not just my ministry, but it's the shared ministry of the caring ministry and really of the whole congregation. The ministry of welcoming is shared with the welcoming ministry and really with the whole congregation. It's not like, oh, we have Rachel to welcome, so none of us really have to be welcoming. We're all off the hook. That's not how it works. The ministry of attending to the spiritual lives of our children and youth is shared ministry. The ministry of justice making is shared, and the ministry of worship is shared. With worship associates, with youth, with members of the preaching practicum. We are so much richer when more people get to step into the pulpit, when more people share the ministry. The ability to give a blessing, similarly, does not belong to the minister alone. In our tradition, a blessing is not something that you might give just when the minister is not available, but rather, just as we share ministry, we share the power to bless each other, ourselves, and this world. If a blessing is primarily about acknowledging and less about well-wishing, I wonder if the same thing might be true for a curse. Might a curse be less about ill-wishing and more about failing to acknowledge, failing to notice, failing to see another's humanity? Might a curse be really not about saying, I hope bad and unpleasant things happen to you, but rather a curse is really saying, I refuse to see you, I refuse to recognize you, I refuse to witness to your humanity. In past times, the greatest punishment a person could receive was to be shunned, exiled, banished, literally cursed by being ignored and unrecognized by the community. The greatest curse is to say that I refuse to accept or acknowledge your humanity. It's far easier to curse than it is to bless, and far more profitable as well. To curse is to dehumanize, and it's a lot easier to deny another their full humanity than it is to embrace and celebrate it. And yet every curse that is spoken inevitably cycles back on the speaker of it. For you cannot deny someone else a part of their humanity without denying yourself an even larger part of your own. And so I wonder who is speaking curses in our world right now. Who is offering curses in our world right now? Who curses the LGBT community? Who curses immigrants? Who curses by refusing to recognize African American history? Who curses the poor and the hungry and the sick? Who has a curse so readily to speak against all the people they would gladly and eagerly erase? But the truth is this: you cannot deny someone else a part of their humanity without denying yourself an even larger part of your own. I want to close this morning with words by theologian Rebecca Parker. She writes, your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or to curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of the hands, the reaches of the heart, the gift of speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting, any of these can bless, can feed the hungry, bind up wounds, welcome the stranger, praise what is sacred, do the work of justice, or offer love. Or these gifts may be used to curse, to draw down the prison door and hoard bread, abandon the poor, obscure what is holy, comply with injustice, or withhold love. The choice, she writes, the choice to bless the world is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention of doing good, but rather it is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery do also abide. A blessing, as Marilyn Robinson writes, does not enhance sacredness, but acknowledges it. It remains our work to bless the world, to bless each other, knowledge, to see the whole of, to give thanks, to recognize, to see fully, and not to curse, not to deny. For in doing so, we diminish the sacredness within us as well. Amen. Blessed be. And for our closing hymn, those of you who were here early got a chance to rehearse it. It is not in the hymnal, but it's one that Glenn and Glenn brought back from the music conference this summer. It's called More Than Ever by Leah Morris, and I invite us to rise in body or in spirit. The words are on the inside cover of your order of service.
Now is a moment for shining on. It's all right to cry, but keep your eyes on the prize.
Please remain standing in body or in spirit. The words for extinguishing our chalice are in your order of service. Please join me if you wish to do so. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And please join me in thanking all who made this service so worshipful this morning. And now join in singing Shalom. The words are in your order of service. Please hold hands with your neighbor or cross them over your heart as you are comfortable.